We're gonna load up the proper file. The funny Tiger Dojo. Oh boy, Tiger Dojo. Also, she kill me, but I forgive her. I love that ending was a thing. I love it. Hi everybody, Renegade 68 and or 7 here with some more Let's Play stream. Fate Stay Night Blind. I love that. Oh, Tiger Dojo 1. How many hot steamy Tiger Dojos are gonna be? I love that ending so much. First of all, I love that we were allowed to choose to just not be part of the Grail War. And like, I expected that's how it would end, roughly, and I don't know. It was everything I would have wanted from an ending like that. Oh, it was great. It was great. Would get killed by her again. I mean, what? Let's load it up. Also, before we actually jump properly into this Tiger Dojo, I guess I'll go ahead and give a shout out to Arrowmorth for following me a few hours ago. Thank you, Arrowmorth. I've cracked over 30 followers now. We're over halfway there to the point of 50, and then things get really steamy or something. I don't know. Do you have a Twitch Prime subscription you're not using on anyone you care about? Do I do that plug yet, or do I wait? Anyways, okay, let's actually start. Tiger Dojo is a strange hint corner. Hints about... I don't want hints, though. Maybe it can just give me a funny scene without hints. If you'd like to beat the game by yourself, or if you'd like to keep the characters' images, please be warned. I kind of would like to beat the game by myself, but let's see what this is. I've been told there's no spoilers, but I mean, we'll see. Let's just see a little bit of this, and if it looks like something I don't like, I'll stop. This is the Tiger Dojo. Take the advice? What? Take the advice? Oh, okay, wise fool. Advice, does that mean, like... Is this just going to tell me don't say no at the last choice? Is that the kind of thing it's going to say? It might say it in a funny way, and that's cool, but, like... I don't know. Because, I don't know. Like, I don't generally like taking advice. I mean, but, like, if it's going to be funny, then maybe it'd be funny. And if it's just going to tell me to not say no, when he asked me about the Grail War, that I already know already, so that wouldn't really spoil me, so I wouldn't mind seeing the scene. Well, I guess I'll just do it. I'm definitely streaming, right? Oh, you responded. Okay, good. It's gameplay with jokes. It's gameplay with jokes. Take the advice. Okay, I'll do it. I'll see at least what this is like once. A lot of jokes. Well, okay, let's see some jokes. I'll get an impression of... Oh! Hello! Is everyone doing fine? Oh, and it's Taiga in this new uniform. Okay, gotta see this at least once to get in the gist of what this is like. But, alright. And this is the dojo. Yeah, this is the dojo that... Okay, alright. I think I'm doing fine. I mean, I just died, but, you know. Oh, that's funny, because you asked that, even though this is probably only ever going to show up after I just died, so that's funny. An hour of gaming a day. For all you who died so easily, this is the assistance corner that solves all your problems in a flash, the Tiger Dojo. An hour of gaming a day? Wait, so you mean this is going to be an hour-long Tiger Dojo? I thought it was supposed to be short. Okay, solve all my problems, huh? Alright, fine. So, first of all, I would like to ask what the meaning of this corner is. It totally destroys the mood of the actual story. Okay. Yes, ma'am. I believe you. Okay. Should I not watch it? Answer, senior student. I love seeing her like this. This is great. Makes me think she isn't... That'd be funny. It makes me think... I mean, I was already thinking she wouldn't be a master. But this sort of makes me think even more so that she won't be. Because, like, if she was a master and she killed me, and then we got the Tiger Dojo after she killed me, then that would be all kinds of silly. But, Oh, what is the meaning of this corner? Jokes. Sensei, that is my answer, Sensei-san. Ilya! Well, I've just learned her name. Also, hi, Inu Hanyu. Ilya. Oh, I think I knew that name already, but like, I didn't know it, but now I know it. I guess I finally learned her name. Ah! Is it always gonna be the person who killed me who shows up in the dojo? Osu. This dojo is the backstage that always saves the dull and stupid Shiro. It can be said that this is the central foundation that supports fate itself. So it supports my fate. You save my fate after you kill me. Cool? Nice, nice short shorts. What? It would not be an exaggeration to call this the main storyline of Fate! I think that sounds like a bit of an exaggeration. But, I mean, you know, if you're saying it, and you're best girl, which I think she has to be best girl now, right? It's not a competition, she just is. Then I guess if she says it, it has to be true. Alright, I guess this is the new main storyline. The rest of the game is just filler. Bravo indeed! English nice.
はい、よくできました。みんなも薄々感づいてると思うけど、この道場こそがフェイトの肝なのよ。
Yes, well done. I think everyone's starting to realize now, but this dojo is an important part of Fate. Fate indeed. Also title dropping, fourth wall breaking.
みんな、本編で大きな顔してる偽ヒロインたちに騙されないよ。少しでも危なげな選択肢が出てきたら迷わずそっちを選んでね。
What? Are you encouraging me to die so I can see more of these Taiga dojos? Everyone, please don't be tricked by those fake heroines that have large parts in the story. Like Saber and Rin. If you see a dangerous choice, please choose it. You fucker! What kind of advice is this? Are you always going to give me the advice of what not to do?
さて、今回のシロは
Well, as for Shiro, yes, that is me, I have died.
ちゃー、ぺっちゃんこで小さくなっちゃったか。
Oh man, squashed and got smaller. Oh man, they have like specific ones for like every single way we can die? Oh geez, I wonder, I may want to die every possible way just to see all the Taiga dojos. In that case, I think it's useful advice. Squashed and got smaller? Wait, that makes me think even more that Taiga won't be a master. Because if it's always Taiga and whoever killed me here, then that means if Taiga is a master and Taiga kills me, then it would be Taiga with herself. That could be trippy, and considering how fourth wall breaking this already is, they may just do it, but it'd be funny. Taiga Dojo is legit one of the best parts of the game. Just expanding the fun part of bad ends. It's not all bad, you get the Taiga Dojo. It's a little soft, gushy part at the end. That's okay, I already enjoyed that ending anyways, but this is just, you know, icing on the cake.
こんなことするのはよっぽど残酷な人でなしなんだろうな。そこんとこどうなのよ、弟子。
Someone who would do such a thing must be brutal and cruel. Yeah, that sounds like, Ilya. What do you think about that, student?
問題ありません。これは愛情の裏返しによるキュートでポップなジェノサイドなのだ。
I love her. No problem. This is a cute and pop genocide of love. Genocide of love. More like genocide of hardcore jealousy, but I fucking love it. It's great. Unsatisfactory. Oh shoot.
いたたた間違えました。これは普段つながらないお兄ちゃんがあるヒロインのご機嫌を損ねちゃった結末です。
I made a mistake. This is the result of a weak Oni-chan making this particular heroine angry. Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, I think you were angry all along. I mean, you wanted to kill me in the Grail War, I assume. So you probably got angrier when I decided not to participate in the Grail War. And we're like, well, if I can't kill you in the Grail War, I guess I'll just kill you straight up. She probably has been stalking me for a while. So she could have potentially killed me at any time, but wanted to kill me, you know, properly in the Grail War. So when I bowed out, that probably really pissed her off. Makes sense.
その通り。いわば指導不覚悟。背中を見せたら切腹よ。
That's exactly right. In other words, broken samurai code. Seppuku if you turn your back. Is it pronounced seppuku? I thought it was seppuku. I guess it's seppuku. Why is it the white-haired ones always the stalkers? Is it the white-haired ones always the stalkers? trying to think of other examples of that. Well, I got nothing. I don't doubt you. Just off the top of my head, I got nothing.
今後このような後ろ向きな選択はじゃんじゃん選びなさい。
From now on, please choose cowardly choices like this as you'll die a lot. Sounds good!
でもまあここは名目上 Q&A コーナーなので一応悩みに答えておきましょう。
But since this is supposed to be a Q&A quarter, I shall help you with your problem. Let me guess. Just choose to, actually participate in the Grail War? I mean, I think I already know the answer to that.
弟子1号、今回の対策は？
Senior student, what is the countermeasure this time?
選択肢に戻って違う方を選べばいいのであります。
How fucking vague! Go back to the choice and choose the other one! Uh-huh.
はい、よくできました。
Alright, well done. I mean, isn't that always what it's gonna be? To some extent? This game is all choices. It's a visual novel. All it is choices. So if all you're gonna say with the Q&A is go back and choose the other choice, I mean, the way you said that was vague. Like, I could take this as frickin', like, any choice. Gosh.
今回のような突発詞は至るところに仕掛けられてるから選択肢でのセーブは基本よ。
Unexpected death like this are set up all over the place, so it's standard to save at choices. I mean, I already do save at all the choices. At least for now. I have frickin' 15 pages worth. But, oh, shoot. Inu Hanyu, did you say a bad? Were you timed out by Wise Fool? I'm just not gonna think too much about that. But, yeah, just, how do I just adjust timeout time periods? I don't know, I'm new to this whole moderator thing. You can probably delete a comment. Oh, 600 seconds, that's bad. Hold on. Let me fix this. Let's see here. Timeout 10. Okay, I do not want you timeout for 10 minutes. How do I untime you out? Let's see here. Untime out. Okay, you're untimed out. Yeah, I'm pretty new to this whole Twitch moderator thing myself. But, you can't delete comments? Really? I can delete comments. That's interesting. I'll have to look into that. For now, just, if you see a comment, you can time them out, and I can just go and untime them out real quick. But as for adjusting timeout, I probably have to do that, actually, now that I think about it. So you just have timeouts and bans. See, I didn't know the extent of your powers. Now I know. I'll adjust the extent of the timeout so that it only becomes like 10 seconds or something. I'll do that between streams. There's probably a setting for that. I've only just gotten a moderator, so I'm new to this whole thing. I don't know what you said, Unihanyu, but I think I trust Wise Fool that they knew what they were doing. Just don't inform or even hint him of info he doesn't have yet. Oh, yeah. No hints. That's okay. If it's something that's gonna come, it'll come. Walking on eggshells. Alright, well done. Unexpected deaths like this are set up all over the place, so it's standard to save at choices. Indeed. I mean, I already do that, but yes. Okay, back to the game. I'm still a Twitch baby. I apologize. I'm learning. Well then, that's it for this time. I shall wait for you at the next practice. See you. Okay. Nice. So I just go to this screen then. Okay. Gotcha. Now if I go to extra... Oh god, I shouldn't do this. I'm not gonna go to gallery. If I go to ED list... Oh, cool! Okay, yeah, so that is... Alright, I understand. That's a lot of endings. That's a lot of endings. But okay, alright. I wonder if they're all bad ends? That's what I'm curious about. Don't answer this. I wonder if they're all bad ends and there's only one right end, or if maybe only some of them are bad ends, and there's different good potential ends. I would assume to some extent there are different good ends. I don't know if this game has a true end, but anyways, let's load. So you get tiger stamps every time you get an end. I want to catch them all! I want to get all the Tiger Dojo ends! Okay, so let's actually load up the choice and continue, shall we? Can we be pussies for reals, though? I will say, that has definitely encouraged me to go for all the endings. That was fun. He doesn't need to ask. I fight! Fight all this! I won't run away. I mustn't run away. My name's not Shinji, but I still mustn't run away. Honestly, this Holy Grail War and Master stuff doesn't seem real to me. But still, if there are only two choices, fighting or running, I will never run away! I mean, after all, I died in the other pathway, so I already tried that. I mean, what? No, I'll never run away! In no pathways! The priest said it too! If I'm a magist, I should be ready. In-universe, let's actually theorycraft for a while. In-universe, what would I actually choose if I was in this position, based on the information I had at hand? Because that's the thing. The white-haired girl killed me, but I am theorizing right now that she's the reason I'm even in this Grail War to begin with, because of that red circle. Now, Shiro, I don't think, would have a reason necessarily to assume the white-haired girl specifically. Well, maybe, because she did say if you don't summon, you're gonna die soon. So if he was really thinking, maybe he could have thought of that. But the fact that he managed to summon a servant without even, like, knowing how he was supposed to be part of this, to me, if I was in this Grail War, would probably set off some red flags that something is afoot. Like somebody somehow wanted me part of this war, and backing out without knowing all the information may be a bad idea. So I may have said yes to this war for that reason alone. It's hard to say. Like, I don't think we've gotten the specifics from Rin about how a servant is summoned, but that's the kind of thing I would have asked. Like, how do I summon a servant? Because I didn't even intentionally do it. And if she answered, like, you need this whole, like, summoning circle thing, and I didn't even purposely set up that summoning circle, that would be sketchy as heck. And so I would probably not want to bow out of the war, only because I'd be worried about not having protection. I don't know. There's a few different sides to it. Anyways, if I'm a magus, I should be ready. That's why I must decide. Even though I'm an amateur, Emiya Shiro is a magus. If I have decided to become a superhero in the footsteps of Emiya Kiritsugu, whom I've admired all this time, I will fight as a master. Master, what did he say? Master Tatakao? Tatakao is fight, right? Something like that. I know. I just wanted to say Faito des. Faito is a katakana Japanese word. It's just, you know, English. But I know that there's like Tatakai, I think, and then there's also, what was it? Taisen. I know that one, because Super Robot Taisen. Also in the old school Naruto games. Gekotsu Ninja Taisen. Shiro still had all those command spells. Yeah. I will fight as a master.
10年前の火事の原因が聖杯戦争だって言うんなら、俺はあんな出来事を二度も起こさせるわけにはいかない。
If the cause of the fire 10 years ago was the Holy Grail War, I can't let it happen. Oh, yeah, there's also that too. Can't let it happen again. As if he likes my answer, the priest smiles with satisfaction. Yep, he was testing me. He goaded me into quitting only to affirm my belief in myself. He wants an interesting battle after all, not some pussy who's only signing up to be a pussy. Dash dash. I take a deep breath. I have cut away all hesitation. As a man, I said I will fight. Okay, I already know her first name now. I kind of just want to check because I already know. Shiro doesn't, I think, but I just want to check. It's been in here for a while. Eliasville von Einsburn. Eliasville, right, Eliasville. I don't know. Elia sounds familiar. I feel like I think they probably mentioned it in Fate Zero, and that's why it sounds familiar. Eliasville von Einsburn. Dash dash. Oh yeah, I love all the dash dash. It's the new ellipses. I just got kind of sick of calling her white-haired girl. Okay, Eliasville, best girl. Now I know the name of my beloved. As a man, I said I'll fight. As a kare wa, not a konojo, I'm a kare. From now on, all I have to do is go forward with pride, so that I will not go against my word. Just never be a liar pants. Liar, liar pants on fire. Fire from 10 years ago. Ooh!
それでは君をセーバーのマスターと認めよう。
I shall approve you as Saber's master.
この瞬間に今回の聖杯戦争は受理された。
In this instant, the Holy Grail War is accepted.
これよりマスターが残り一人になるまでこの町における魔術戦を許可する。
From now on...
自身の誇りに従い、存分に競い合え。
Felt like a long break. I approve the battle in this town. From now until only one master remains. Or rather, one master-servant combo. But everyone shall follow their pride and compete fully against each other. Yosh! Yata! Hajimeru yo! The priest's voice echoes heavily through the church. There's no meaning to that declaration. Kirei shouldn't be talking to just two people. He looks like a crazy person. Oh, I thought you were going to say he should be talking like this to all of them. But that would get rid of the surprise element. I don't know. Only Tosaka and I heard the priest's words. This man merely rang the starting bell as the priest of this church. Yeah, it's okay, we got the head start. Well, now the bells begin, the two of us fight to the death, right? No? Ooh. Partnership, partnership. Is this the part where me and Rin team up?
決まりね。それじゃあ帰るけど、私も一つぐらい質問していい？キレ。
Yeah, you look a lot happier about this whole thing. In the other pathway, you looked all sad and stuff, because I guess you wanted to work with me. Interesting. That says a lot, I think. Because in this one, even though you used your lifeline on me, you used your big thing on me, and then theoretically me buying out the Grail War should make me safer, theoretically, you still were sad about that. And yet you look just fine and happy with the idea that you're going to have to fight against Shiro potentially, which means you have to have the idea of a partnership in mind, which means when are you going to bring it up? After we leave the church, maybe? So it's decided that I'm going home, but can I ask you a question too? She's talking to Kirei. I heard the word Kirei. Maybe she knew he'd just get killed. I think that's unlikely. I don't think she knows too much about the past Grail War. At least from Fate Zero, I don't think she was anywhere near where Ilya was living. I don't think she's even familiar with the Emiya name. I think it's unlikely she understood the circumstances. Maybe, but I think it's more likely that she just, that she likes me, or wanted a partnership with me, or she likes me. She likes me, she has the hots for me, she wants a boner, female boner. But can I ask you a question too?
構わんよ。これが最後かもしれんのだ。大抵の疑問には答えよ。
I don't mind. This might be the last time, so I shall answer most questions.
それじゃあ遠慮なく。キレ、あんた見届け役なんだから、他のマスターの情報ぐらいは知ってるんでしょ？こっちは教会のルールに従ってあげたんだから、それぐらい教えなさい。
Then I shall ask. Kirei, you're the one in charge of looking after this, so you should have information on the other masters. I've followed the association's rules, so at least tell me what you know. Information on the other masters? What? Can he give you that? That sounds like cheating. I mean, maybe if the rest of them haven't followed the rules, then maybe it's fair, but I mean...
それは困ったな。教えてやりたいのは山々だが、私も詳しくは知らんのだ。
That's troubling. I really want to tell you, but I do not know the details either. Oh, what? What? So everybody's been a little bitch? It's just Rin that's been following the rules? Even though he made it a point to say that you have to show yourself before him, he still only knows about me and Rin? What? So the rest were all little fuckers? In hiding? I mean, okay. I guess they're being really lax with this whole rules thing. I guess technically it's only like a self-imposed rule that you made and the Grail doesn't really care, but still, the fact that they're all that much bitches to that extent? What bitches? Really? I mean, Lancer's master's a coward. Ilya's master, Ilya probably doesn't... Ilya's master? Ilya's her own master. Ilya probably doesn't want to get caught by Shiro at the church, maybe? I don't know the rest of them. Yep, rules are made to be broken. Uh-huh. I mean, all that matters really to these mages is what the Grail wants of them. They don't really care what Kirei wants of them. So, I get it, but it's like, that's why trying to do this ethically would never work. They're not even willing to meet up Kirei as part of like a rule set. So if they're not even willing to do that, nobody'd ever, or at least, even if they did, they might just lie, saying, "Oh yeah, I'll totally not kill any of the other masters. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If I do, it'll totally be an accident. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Happy accident."
エミやシローも含め今回は正規の魔術師が少ない。私が知り得るマスターは2人だけだ。
Including Emiyashiro. There are not many legitimate magi this time. There are only 2 masters I know about. 3 if you include Emiyashiro. Oh, so there's a third one you know about. Who's the third? I guess, to be fair, if they're one of the other few that trusted you with their information, then you probably shouldn't be, telling on them.
あ、そうなら呼び出された順番ならわかるでしょ。
Oh, I see. Oh, she's blushing. Maybe she feels a little better about herself that she actually bothered to do it, or she feels bad that she was so hesitant to do it when nobody was doing it. Maybe she feels a little bad because Kirei is sort of her guardian, and she sort of likes him, maybe a little bit, maybe. Baka, no, maybe. Still, you should know the order they were summoned. Well, Saber was last, Archer was second last. The rest is a little up in the air.
仮にも監視役なんだから。
You are the supervisor after all.
1番手はバーサーカー、2番手はキャスターだな。あとはそう大差はない。先日にアーチャー、そして数時間前にセイバーが呼び出された。
Alright, this is some interesting information. Berserker was first. Caster was, yes, second. The rest are pretty much the same. Archer was yesterday and Saber was summoned a few hours ago. Okay, so we knew 7th and 6th, now we know 1st and 2nd. So Ilya was first to the punch. She was the first to summon. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Rin, it seems like Rin's strategy was to wait till near the end to try to get Saber. And it almost worked, if it wasn't for that meddling Archer getting in the way. That meddling 2 a.m. time. Caster was second. We still know nothing about this version's Caster. But they were second. That's interesting. Berserker was first. So Lancer was somewhere in the middle. 3rd, 4th, and 5th would be a mix of, so what they're saying is, Scooby-Doo Fate Edition. So Lancer, Rider, and Assassin would have all happened at about the same time then. Interesting. That doesn't really tell me much, but it is interesting. It's an interesting point that Ilya went first. It shows confidence. Yeah, it shows confidence, and I definitely don't doubt that she's confident.
そう。それじゃあこれで。
I see, then that means...
正式に聖杯戦争が開始されたということだ。
The Holy Grail War has officially started.
リン、聖杯戦争が終わるまで、この教会に足を運ぶことは許されない。
Rin, you are not allowed to come to this church
それは
until the Holy Grail War is over. The only time it is permitted is when your servant gets taken out, right? Either when the war is over or if your servant gets taken out for protection, I believe, are the only 2 times. Also, should have taken Kirei up on that protection. Turns out you needed protection after all. RIP. That would have been interesting. Would Ilya have went that far to try to fight Kirei just to get at Shiro? How much did she want it? How badly? Would she have tried to wait it out? Like, wait, eventually Shiro might have left, eventually? Or would she have tried to fight Kirei? I doubt she would have tried to fight Kirei, with Kirei being the overseer. I doubt it, but maybe. I'm not sure. Would she have won that battle? With Berserker on her side, probably. Kirei, I'd say Ilya seems pretty strong with the magic she was doing on me to keep me barely alive. That seems like strong magic. So Ilya, as she is now, without Berserker versus Kirei, I'm not sure. Because Kirei is pretty good, too. With Berserker, Ilya probably would win. But, hard to say. But she probably would have waited it out. She probably thinks her thing with Shiro is a bit personal. And also, she wouldn't want to miss out on the Grail. That's true, too. Like, even though she really doesn't like Shiro probably and wants to get her revenge or just feel better about herself by taking down Shiro, getting the Grail is important, so she probably might not want to mess with that by messing with the Overseer, maybe. Anyways.
自分のサーバントを失って保護を願う場合のみでしょ。それ以外にあんたを頼ったら減点ってことね。
When I lose my servant and when I lose my servant and wish for protection, right? And wish for protection. I read that wrong for a second. So I pretty much get points deducted if I come here for any other reason?
そうだ。おそらく君が勝者になるだろうが、減点がついては教会が黙っていない。連中はつまらない論議の末、君から聖杯を奪い取るだろう。私としては最悪の展開だ。
Points deducted? Sumimasen? That is correct. You may become the victor, but the church will not ignore the points deducted. They will take the Holy Grail away from you after a boring discussion. That would be the worst case scenario for me, because you freaking hate those boring discussions. Points deducted? Weird church point system. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a fight to the death, but, point system. Like, do we... I mean, I thought the Grail was the one keeping score and taking the points. I thought it doesn't matter what you think of it, as long as the Grail actually awards us worthy. It shouldn't matter what you as the church think. Maybe you would go after us, but I mean, if you're not going to go after the victor if they're a douchebag, are you really willing to go after a victor if they like, you know, slight the church? That's like... That seems like your priorities are fucked up and very selfish skewed, which is very Magi-like, from what I understand, but... Oh, we'll go after you if you cheat our rules, but we won't go after you if you're a terrible person. Points deducted. What do our points start at? Do we start at 0 and we go to negatives? Do we start at 100 points and we only go down from there? As long as we stay above 50 points, are we okay? Or if we lose any points, are we in bad position? Or what is this? Points? Anyways. One other way to think of points is like, oh, you can only win the Grail at the end if you have at least 10 points. You get, like, 1 point for participating in a battle. You get, 3 points for taking out a servant. No, you get 3 points for killing a master, 5 points for killing a servant. If you don't have at least 10 points when the battle is over, you're not worthy of the Grail or something. And if you win the battle and don't have 10 points because you were like a coward and waited till the end and only acted at the very end and waited for the rest to fight to the death themselves, the Grail might not like that. The Grail might have its own point system, but I doubt you're aware of it. Outside humans trying to impose rules in the war. Yeah, it's kind of silly.
エセ神父、教会の人間が魔術協会の肩を持つのね。
You fake priest, a person on the side of the church supporting the Magic Association.
私は神に仕える身だ。教会に仕えているわけではない。
I am serving God. That does not mean I'm serving the church. Sure, I guess. So fuck the church, right? Yeah.
よく言うわ。だからエセなのよ、あんたは。
Whatever. That's why you're a fake. What is your god, though, Kirei? What god do you believe in? I wonder. Tosaka turns her back to the priest. After that, she just makes her way to the exit without saying goodbye. What? Are we gonna, like, have a truce? Partnership? Isn't that why you're happy that I'm still in the war? Where are you going? Come back! Do you want me to run after you, maybe?
おい、そんなんでいいのか、トサカ。あいつ、お前の兄弟子なんだろ。なら。
Hey, is that okay, Tosaka? He was your fellow pupil, right? So... Shouldn't there be a more proper farewell?
いいわよ、そんなの。むしろ縁が切れてせいせいするぐらいだもの。そんなことより、あなたも外に出なさい。もうこの教会に用はないから。
So tsundere about it. I don't care. I rather feel relieved from breaking ties to him. Humph! More importantly, you should leave too. You have no business here now. Tosaka walks across the floor without stopping and really leaves. I sigh and follow her. Oh, but I follow her at least. Alright, so now we make the partnership. And then, what then? Now we fight Berserker! Huh? Feel a presence behind me and turn around? Behind you? Ah! I bumped my mic. Hopefully I didn't make a noise. Sometimes it makes a noise, sometimes it doesn't. Technically I didn't bought my mic. I bought my mic stand, which shook my mic a bit. The priest who was behind me. Oh, the priest who was behind me before I knew it is looking down on me. Yeah, what do you want? What do you want, man? Stranger danger.
なんだよ。まだなんかあるっていうのか。
What do you want? Do you have anything else to say? I back off as I say so. Just as I thought, I don't like him. What? Okay, rude, but okay. Maybe we're just incompatible or something, but I can't get myself to like him.
話がないなら帰るからな。
If you don't have anything to say, I'm going. I make my way to the door, trying to escape his stare. As I go,
喜べ少年。君の願いはようやく叶う。
oh, now's the Yorokobeing. Yorokobe, shonen. Yorokobe. Rejoice, boy, your wish will finally come true. Gosh, and here I thought the rejoice would never come. Your wish will finally come true. Do you know what my wish is? The priest says as if declaring an oracle. Well, maybe in one of the pathways. Those words are... Aren't those the true feelings I haven't realized yet? Huh? Nandesu ka? Eh?
何をいきなり。
What are you saying all of a sudden?
分かっていたはずだ。明確な悪がいなければ君の望みは叶わない。たとえそれが君にとって容認し得ぬものであろうと、正義の味方には倒すべき悪が必要だ。
Do you have a recommendation? You should know, your wish will not come true unless there is a clear evil. Even if it is not something you approve of, a superhero requires a villain to defeat. Correct? If no villains exist, there's no point to heroes. So if you want to be a hero, you're essentially wishing for villains to exist. As fucked up as that is, it's kind of the truth. I mean, to an extent. If you want to be a superhero when you grow up, and you're in a land that will always have villains, then it's fine. But if you're in a land where, you know, villains are kind of rare, and you want to be a superhero, then you're kind of hoping for there to be villains to defeat in the first place. There is some, you know, fucked up logic to that, but yeah. So what, are you saying my wish will be that there will be a supervillain? Because that's kind of fucked up. Oh, or are you saying my wish will not come true unless there... So are you saying I need a clear evil to make my wish, or are you saying my wish will be to make a clear evil? One evil could be my sister. She seems pretty bad so far. I can probably save her with my penis. You might be that evil, though. Maybe. Ellipses. Dash ellipses. I feel like everything has turned black. The priest said it. The greatest wish and the ugliest wish I have are the same. Oh, shoot! Is that true? Oh, that's fucked up. I love it. That's great. That's actually legitimately something you want? That you haven't really been honest with yourself about? You want there to be a villain in your life? And that's why you would want to join the Grail War, because you think there's opportunities for villains for you to defeat, and you want villains to defeat, because you want to feel like a hero. That's so fucked up. I love it. I love it when a main character isn't, you know, all goody-goody. Yes, you have the desire to protect something, but that requires someone to protect that something from. Is at the same time none other than the wish for something to violate it. Yes. Ooh, nice. I love they're going this aspect. I like it.
お前。
You don't really agree with Kira here? Yeah, there's some people that wish for peace in general, but I think he's right on the money. Shiro, I think Shiro's even admitting it. He wants to be a hero, and he sort of wants a villain to be more of a hero. There's no way I'd wish for something like that. I mean, he would never use his Grail War wish. He would just hope for something like that to show up along the way so he could use his wish on something better. I don't remember a moment when I've wished for that. Such an insecure wish. Just means the target ideals are inconsistent. But the priest says it as if to pierce my heart. Good thing you have an enemy now. Well, when you're in the Grail War, you're gonna have enemies. Yep, yep, yep.
何取り繕うことはない。君の
No,
葛藤は人間としてとても正しい。
you do not have to gloss over it. Your worries are right for a human being. Well, I mean, humans aren't perfect. I shake off the priest's words and walk to the door.
さらばだ、エミヤシロ。
What did he say? Satabada emiyashiro? Farewell. I'm used to sayonara as farewell. He definitely didn't say sayonara, though. I'm unfamiliar with whatever he just said, but okay, farewell.
最後の忠告になるが、帰り道には気をつけたまえ。
This will be my last warning, but take care on your way home. Well, at least this time I'll have Saber and possibly Rin with me.
これより君の世界は一変する。
Your world will change completely from now on, but at least you won't be ahead.
君は殺し、殺される側の人間になった。その身はすでにマスターなのだからな。
You are now at the point of kill or be killed. You are now a master. As soon as I leave, the pressure on my shoulders lifts. Certainly, you could say that getting away from that priest helped. Okay, now we form a partnership. But Tosaka's standing out in her uniform. Also, Tosaka, while we're at it, can you come to my shed and look at the circle, I think, that I used to summon Saber that I didn't know about? And can you maybe explain what that is to me? Or, like, tell me if you can get any clues from what that might mean about the person who put it there? And the blonde-haired girl in a raincoat standing near her makes a strangely well-matched sight that somehow takes the pressure off me. Tosaka stout in her uniform, and the blonde-haired girl. Wait, okay, so the pressure lifts. And so you're saying the pressure lifting is because you got away from the priest, but also because girls, and you like girls. Girls make you happy. Girls! People to protect! Yes! What? Dash, dash, dash. Saber is silent as always. She's looking at me, so it seems she is interested in the decision I made. Oh, I didn't decide that you don't have to kill me this time. I mean, what? Alternate timelines.
行きましょう。町に戻るまでは一緒でしょ、私たち。
Let's go. We're going the same way until we get back to town. Are we just gonna part ways? Is that all we're doing? Partnership? Partnership? Pinky promise? Pinky swear? Tosaka starts walking. Are we not gonna talk? Walk and talk? Following after her, we leave the church as well. The three of us descend the hill together. We didn't talk much on the way here, but there's even less talk now. I think there should be more talk. We should, aren't we gonna, buds? Seems like the obvious direction. Even dull as I am, I know why. Why? After what happened at the church, I truly became a master. Uh-huh. And that must be the reason Tosaka is walking a little apart from us. What? Come on! Partnership! Why else did you help me all that way if you didn't want a partnership? Dash, dash, dash. We need to become blood brothers, or blood siblings. I understand that. I understand, but I don't like thinking about Tosaka like that. Well, if you don't want to have to fight her, then become like partners with her.
トサカ、お前のサーバント大丈夫なのか?
Is your servant okay? え?
あ、うん。あーちゃんなら無事よ。まあ、セイバーにやられたダメージは簡単に消えそうにないから、しばらく実体化はさせられないだろうけど。
Oh yeah, Archer's okay, though it doesn't seem like the damage caused by Saber will heal fast, so I don't think I'll be able to materialize him for a while. Okay. I think I'm gonna turn the voices off for this. Gosh. Here's the funny thing, is that Shiro, this is getting more into the fucked up logic that Shiro potentially has to some extent, is that Shiro wants a villain. Joining the Grail War means he might have potential villains to fight, and that's the thing. He likes Rin. He doesn't think of Rin as a villain. He thinks of Rin as more his ally, maybe. But what if everybody's nice? What if everybody's nice? Someone like Shiro, what would he do? He would just die. He would, maybe not literally, but he would Shiro, even if he won't admit it, even if he doesn't even necessarily think it consciously, subconsciously, he would hate it if everybody else in this Grail War was a nice person. He wants, to some extent, some of them to be bad people so he can feel good about beating them down, because that's what a hero does, is they beat villains. If he doesn't have any villains, then joining this Grail War is just pointless. So he probably, as fucked up as it is, wants to some extent for there to be multiple other people in this Grail War that he can think of as fucked up individuals. But the need to want them to be fucked up is in itself somewhat fucked up, but hey, all humans are fucked up to an extent, I'd say. So I don't think I'll be able to materialize him for a while. Then he's not with you right now? No, he's taking shelter at my house right now. He'll be at a disadvantage if he was attacked by other servants right now, so I'm making him stay ready at a place of strength. I see. Unlike my house, I'll bet Tosaka's house is well prepared against attacks. Ooh. Is it? I'm not sure. I mean, your house has a bounded field, right? Hers also has a bounded field, but beyond that, I'm not sure what other precautions she has. A house is like a fortress for a magus. They'll not lose as long as they stay there. That must mean enemies will not attack you as long as you stay on your home ground. So why ever leave, right? As bait, maybe? It becomes this game of cat and mouse of, you leave your house to try to, get someone to catch you, and then you also have a plan to catch them when they try to catch you, because they themselves will be out of their house. Rin is the kind of person who would probably, attempt to be out of her house a lot, because she's very confrontational, and doesn't like playing defense. She's probably the kind of person that would stay out to try to bait out other masters, so she probably wouldn't be at home very often. Also, unlike Shiro, because Shiro can't really invisible her saber, right? He doesn't really have the power, at least not yet, not now. Whereas Rin can make Rin can make Archer go invisible, or spirit form, which means they can hide from regular view, which makes it easier for her to go out and about without getting discovered or catching unwanted attention from Muggles. Whereas that'll be harder for Shiro. I see. The boundary field at my house is merely an alarm against intruders, but even having that makes a big difference. Oh yeah, Tosaka. That guy said he was the supervisor of the Holy Grail War, but does he know your servant? He shouldn't. I haven't told him. Wow, so much for following all the rules. I see. You guys seem to have a good relationship, so I thought so. You guys seem to have a good relationship? I think that's being ironic. I'm just going to assume that that's being ironic. Hey, Emiya-kun, I'll warn you now. Don't tell anybody your servant's identity. Keep it secret even from people you trust. I'll end up exiting this battle early. Well, I mean, you know my servant's identity. Or, well, you know my servant is Saber. I don't know if you know my servant's identity. What, Harry Potter references? Well, yeah, I'll use the term muggle a lot, but... Muggles, metachlorians, all that stuff. Metachlorians aren't Harry Potter, but, Harry Potter Wars. What do you mean, Saber's identity? Oh, we don't even know Saber's identity, that's right, we haven't asked. What I mean is, which hero the servant is. Their real name. The funny thing is, she actually doesn't know her own hero's real identity. At least, I don't think so, not yet. Unless she suddenly learned, in the brief amount of time since. Even if she did, though, since getting our consciousness cut off from Rin's point of view, she hasn't really had a chance to talk with Archer at all, so... Ugh. No matter how strong someone may be, if you reveal your potential, you'll surely be beaten someday. It's fine, so have Saber tell you her real name later on. Uh-huh. Will do. Yes, ma'am. Roger, roger. Yokai desu. She'll understand what I mean then, though. Hang on. You're like this, so it might be better if she didn't tell you. What? Oh, what is that face? Nice. You should understand what I mean then. You're like this, it might be better if she didn't tell you. Oh, I see. Because I'm such a noob, I may not be able to make good use of her identity even if I knew it, so maybe I should just not bother learning it, and she should keep it to herself so I don't accidentally spill the beans. Yeah, there is some logic to that strategy too. Why? Nandeyo? Because you can't keep secrets. You'll be able to keep a secret better if you don't know about it. There is some truth in that, yeah. Hey now, what do you think I am? I can take care of myself. Really? Then do you have anything you're hiding from me? What, like the fact that I summoned accidentally? Do you want to take a look at my summoning circle and help me out with that, please? I'll help you. Huh? Anything I'm hiding from you, that's... I see as my face fires up. That I have a crush on you? I don't have a guilty conscience, but would kind of admiring her count as something I'm hiding from her? I kind of have the hots for you. You want to go on a date right now? I mean, after the Grail War's over. I mean, it would be awkward if we went on a date while the Grail War's ongoing, but after the Grail War's over, okay? What? What? If we're both alive. I see. I don't know what you're hiding, but it's no good if it shows on your face. You have other good aspects, so don't worry about it. You have other good aspects? Is that your way of saying you have the hots for me too? Then what about you? If you're hiding it from that priest, does that mean you don't trust him? Kirei? Hardly. I'm not crazy enough to trust him. He's a cheat who transferred from the church to the Magic Association without quitting the church. He'd happily sell my information to the other masters. Wow. I'm not so sure that's what you'd have to worry about. I think he's going for some kind of long game. Maybe he'd sell information, but only if it had led to some greater goal. I think he's secretly aiming to get the Grail himself. I think that's what he's aiming for. I don't know how he's going to do it without being a master himself, but I think he's got some kind of secret ultimate master plan. Tosaka says with annoyance. It seems she really doesn't trust that priest. I'm a bit relieved, but still her words do seem a bit, they seem a whole bit of affection. Yeah, she clearly likes him to some extent, but likes him enough, knows him enough to know that he's a bit untrustworthy. And they just have that kind of funny relationship. And we pass the bridge. There's no conversation between us now. The cold winter air and our cold breath. A faint sound of flowing water and the white street lamps that light up the bridge. Personally, I prefer yellow light. Can we talk about color temperature for a second? Yellow light bulbs, white light bulbs. I had the same freaking light bulb for years because it was a really good energy efficient light bulb, and it finally went out, and I had no light bulbs like it in the house, so I had to replace it. And I had no, originally I was just, right now, I'm just using a similar color temperature light bulb. So it's orangish yellowish, not white. But then because I wasn't in the know about color temperatures at the time, I went to buy a light bulb that was kind of like the other light bulb I had, the same type, but I wasn't thinking about color temperature. I ended up getting a white light bulb, and the room just looked so different. When it was lit up, not with yellow orange, but with white, it was so weird. Maybe I would have gotten used to it, but I prefer the yellowish orangish. So right now I still have the yellowish orangish. I gotta go back and get a proper this color temperature light bulb, but of the type that I like. Anyways, a faint sound of flowing water and the white street lamps that light up the bridge. Small things like that are engraved into my memory. Oddly, I don't think about looking at Tosaka. I'd rather look at Saber. Bow chicka bow bow. Right now, it seems walking together like this is more precious than seeing her face. Oh, okay. So usually seeing her face is more precious. Well, it's kind of hard for me to argue. I really do like a lot of her sprites. If only superficially, I definitely like Rin a lot. Me, Tosaka, and the girl called Saber. She is not a girl, she is a woman. Call her a lady. I know nothing about. We three walk together without doing much. We reach the intersection. The intersection that leads to our houses. Our house in the middle of our street. The place where we must part with Tosaka. Partnership. It's now or never. We'll part here. I've paid my debt, and it would be troublesome if we stayed together any longer. We should part and become enemies from tomorrow on. What? You're fucking kidding, right? Is that a joke? You're joking. I have repaid my debt. It would be troublesome if we stayed together any longer. We should part and become enemies from tomorrow on. First of all, what debt? You already saved my life. You had no fucking debt. Second of all, become enemies? No. Truce, alliance, that's legal, right? There's nothing against it. Come on. What? You're joking. And you're just assuming I'm going to have the same honor boundness. Saber is right here. She could kill you right now. Are you serious? Archer is still resting. He is in no position to fight back. Saber could kill you right now. If you're seriously suggesting we're going to be enemies, either you're making a big assumption about me being super honor bound, or you're taking advantage of the fact that I don't like fighting girls or I don't like fighting good people, which is very bitchy of you. I'm assuming that you're being honor bound and assuming that I'm going to have the same level of honor of you as you, which is a big assumption, but there could also be the mindset that you just think that I'm too much of a goody-goody to attack you ever, which means I'll be easy prey for you, so you're not really worrying about it, which is a real bitch mindset, by the way. Really? Not even gonna bring up the idea of a partnership? You'd get Saber on your side, even if I suck, you'd get Saber. And also, if it became us as the final two, beating me'd be pretty easy, right? Since you're way better than me. Come on, fair deal? It must be to end the ambiguous position we're in right now. Tosaka starts talking and cuts off suddenly. From that I realize, I guess that means she's like so... The fact that she felt bad when I resigned from the Grail War and felt happy when I didn't, I think that's her subconscious speaking in that case. She, I think, doesn't herself realize the emotions going on inside of her. I think she wants my dick. I think that must be it. To some extent, she wants it. And me exiting the Grail War means that we're not really acquaintances anymore of the magical sense, so she doesn't feel like she can have my dick. But if I stay in the Grail War, she has a chance to get my dick. But she doesn't really realize that that's her feelings, even if those are her feelings. And because she feels awkward about it and isn't quite ready to approach the whole dick thing, and the words are just coming out of her mouth without really realizing the connotation of them, she's saying, oh yeah, the natural thing is for us to become enemies now, okay, bye. And is maybe later going to realize that, oh yeah, I want your dick. That's why I was happy instead of sad when you said that you wouldn't resign from the Grail War. But like, come on, lady, sort out your shit. Anyways, from that I realize she did not explain the rules to me out of any sense of obligation. She just supported me, understanding the situation I'm in, and acted fairly. Sure. So things are back to normal once the explanations are over. I'll just be her target as a master now. That's so stupid! Be Aibo's! I believe Aibo is partner in Japan or something like that. If so, what she just said was strange. Okay, we're acknowledging this. She just said something strange. What did she say? Tosaka must have meant that it would be difficult to fight if she feels empathy for me. Right, so she doesn't want to get to know me any better. But she does want to get to know me any better. And that's why she wants to separate from me. And yet she was still happy. Her emotions are very conflicted, woman. Woman, are you sure you're up for this? Have you found your boyfriend finally, even if you don't want to admit it? Awkward situation is awkward. But that's the thing. The only reason you're probably feeling these feelings for me is because you know that I am also magical, and you felt so alone for so long, not being able to really open up to anyone who wasn't magical, only being able to open up now that you're seeing someone else magical, but the only reason you're going to see them as magical is because of the Grail War. Therefore, if it wasn't for the Grail War, you would just have no connection at all. And yet you seem to seek this connection, but you'll only ever seek it with someone who's going to be part of the Grail War, who you have to fight anyways. Therefore, you're doomed to failure in that sense. And you have not realized that yet. And you have to realize it soon. Either open yourself up to muggles or love me. For Tosaka, everything that happened tonight must have been unnecessary. It'd be troublesome if we stay together any longer. If she's gonna say something like that, she should have left us alone from the beginning. Yeah, I mean, she didn't have Archer, so she had to play it off, right? She had to play the long game to not get killed by Saber right then and there. But that didn't feel like what she was doing at all. She felt so at ease with Shiro. She felt so at ease. And she saved him. She acted like it was for Sakura's sake when she saved him. But like, that's a big move just for Sakura's sake. Probably to some extent that was for her own sake as well, maybe. And finding out that he was magic as well made all those feelings that were deep down. They're still deep, but they're not deep down. Now they're just deep and not deep down. I think she really wants my penis really badly, but is hard. She's not used to the feeling of wanting someone's penis, so she hasn't really been able to properly express herself yet. I think is what's going on here. She should have left us alone from the beginning. Tosaka's smart, so she should know that all too well. She's smart, she's just being hit at all sides by this thing called emotions, and it's fucking with her smartness. Still, she set aside all thought of loss or gain and helped me out. No, there could have been thought of gain, there could have been thought of partnership. So what happened tonight was totally out of good faith. Okay, I think it was out of lust, but sure. The Tosaka in front of me is too different from how she is at school. Even when I put it nicely, she's sour, cranky, unapproachable, and she's so different that I want to scream out. It's funny. It's funny because you think that she's a lot more unlikable. You think that she's more unlikable like this. You think her showing her true self is less likable. Normally she puts on a front because she wants everyone to like her, because she thinks she deserves to be liked, because she thinks all Tosakas are perfect and deserve to be liked by everyone. And she very rarely gets to drop that mask. But in front of Shiro, in front of other magic people, she thinks she gets to drop that mask and just gets to act it herself. Which is funny, because Shiro likes her mask. Shiro likes the fake her, and seems to not like the real her as much. Which is a funny, contradiction. And it fails to realize that this is the real her. And the fact that she's showing her real self to you is a sign that she trusts you to some extent. Man, it feels almost like a fraud. Yeah, but which one's the fraud? Yet still, Tosaka Rin is just how everyone thought she was. I see, Tosaka, you really are a good person. You mean to the extent of helping you with the Grail War? I guess in that sense, she's a good person. Huh? What are you saying all of a sudden? I won't go easy on you even you flatter me. Oh, she's still here? I thought she left. I see, Tosaka, you really are a good person. I thought with all that mental thinking, she would have walked away by now. What are you saying all of a sudden? I won't go easy on you even if you flatter me. Jeez. You say that, but it's totally untrue. Even if you say that, your face belies your words. I know that. You're wrong. She totally will. Flattering her will totally work. I guarantee it. Just don't flatter her too much, or she might think that she's scared of her own emotions and try to kill you out of, just being like, no, I don't like you. I definitely don't like you. So don't flatter her too much is probably the only thing I'd warn you against. You have to take it slow. If you flatter her too much all at once, she'll probably be scared of her own emotions and try to kill you to try to kill the emotions, as it were. That's something you probably have to be a little careful about, Shiro. Given how awkward she seems to be with her own emotions, I would guess so. You're probably going to have to be careful of that. I would not be surprised if she tries to attack you because she's too scared of your penis and wanting it. She won't go easy on me, and that's why she said it'll be a bother if she feels empathy for me. She means it'll be a bother if she likes you too much, but it's too late. She already does. I know from that bad ending where I resigned from the Grail War and she looked bad. Subconsciously, you already want me. I know, but I don't want to be enemies with you if I can help it. I like people like you. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Ah, more and more, I think you're going to be turning her into an enemy. She will be an enemy before she is your friend at this rate. What? I hear Tosaka's house is in the western style district in the opposite direction of my place. Since she's taken care of me until now, I'd like to walk her home, but oh god, don't do that. If you try to walk her home, she's going to have Archer try to kill your ass. I'm calling it now. She's going to try to kill you because she's afraid of how much she loves you. Anyway, just run to the church if your servant ever gets killed. If you do, at least your life will be safe. Baka, idiot, Baka. I won't like it, but still take that advice. It won't happen, though. However I look at it, I'll die before Saber does. I calmly analyze the situation. Still no partnership, though. Come on. Just offer a partnership. Just offer a solid, logical partnership. No emotions involved. No sex. Friends without benefits. Phew. Tosaka reacts strangely once again. After letting out a sigh, she glances at Saber. What? Now are you going to offer the partnership? Last chance, lady. Alright, I won't give you any more warnings because that'd be really be empathy. Okay. Just be careful. Even though Saber is strong, it won't matter if you, her master, gets killed. Is that a threat? Fuck, shit, Saber, kill her now. I'm starting to get worried that she's gonna... Maybe Shiro doesn't think this way, but I would think this way. I am getting worried that really... No, this wouldn't happen. In-universe, if I was Shiro, I would ask her, offer a partnership first. If she denied that, then I'd have Saber kill her. Because I'm getting afraid of how much she likes me and how much she is scared at the fact that she likes me. Just be careful. Even though Saber's strong, it won't matter if you, her master, gets killed. She turns her back and starts walking. Partnership? 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 No? Dash. But, as if she's seen a ghost, her feet stop dead in their tracks. What? Tosaka? Oh, is it Ilya? Is she here even in the good ending? The good route? The instant I call out to her, my left hand throbs in pain.
ねえ、お話は終わり?
Oh shit, she's here either way. I was wondering about this. Hey Tosaka, how you feel about a partnership now? Are we gonna have another fight? Okay, let's turn the voices back on. Oh shit, we're gonna fight her, but this time I have 2 girls to help me. Have you finished talking? A young voice echoes through the night. The voice, like a song, is unmistakably that of a young girl. My vision is drawn to the top of the hill. Is that you, best waifu? You're gonna have to have better luck killing me this time. Ganbare-yo. My vision is drawn to the top of the hill. I don't know when the clouds part, but a bright moon is now shining in the sky. No advice. Prob should turn on voices. Gosh. The back and forth. It's true. It's hard to really get across what... Yeah, different people have different expectations of debatable spoilers, so... It's a process, and it'll never be perfect, but what are you gonna do? A bright moon is now shining in the sky. There. Hello! Got a better look at Berserker this time. Last time it was just a flash. Nice weapon. A long shadow. A big fat shadow. There's a strange shape that shouldn't be here in this pale town of shadow pictures.
Basaka.
Bazaka indeed. Does Rin... I think that was Rin's voice. That didn't sound like Ilya. Is Rin guessing or does she know? I mean, that was my guess too, but... Tosaka mumbles a word I'm not accustomed to hearing. I don't even need to ask. That thing is definitely a servant. At the same time, an overwhelming sense of death, exceeding even the one in the fire 10 years ago. Also, another reason to think Ilya is incredibly strong is, they said that whoever like, Berserker is incredibly powerful, right? Berserker, one of the benefits is that Berserker becomes crazy, but they also become much more stronger with their craziness, but that makes them much harder to control and puts a very big strain on their master. And apparently, historically, every master of a Berserker has died from overstress or overstrain or whatever they called it, and yet Ilya looks just fine, like she's having a nice time. Which is another reason to think that she's super strong with magic. Which would not surprise me. Because I remember her mom, I think, was kind of strong with magic. So maybe she's like a golden child who's like the super heir to their throne and is like super duper, has the most metachlorian counts. Metachlorian count over 9,000. She's like the Anakin Skywalker of the Fate universe. Only she turned evil way earlier than Anakin and from Star Wars. Although if she is Anakin, that means I can save her with my penis still. Oh boy, look at that beautiful face. Oh, I want to see the face. I want to see Berserker's beautiful face.
こんばんは、お兄ちゃん。こうして会うのは2度目だね。
Excuse me? Oh, good evening, Oni-chan. It's the second time we've met like this. Konbanwa. Well, we guess we get a good look at Ilya, but we also get a nice look at Berserker. And there's a pelvis region and his manscape. Wow, you remembered that? What did I remember? The thing about the masters of Berserkers generally dying from stress? Yeah, that stuck out to me. I'd like to think I have a pretty decent memory with stuff like this, but generally I'm pretty good at remembering things other than specific names. Names I've always had issue with remembering, but actual events and things tend to stick in my mind. But anyways, second time. For a second, I thought that she's a time traveler, and she somehow knows the alternate pathway. Maybe she does. Maybe she's so strong with magic that she does know the alternate pathway. But, she might instead be referring to the time where we met the other day, when she said, "Make sure to summon your servant, Oni-chan." The girl smiles as she says so. That innocence sends a chill down my spine. Yeah, because I remember in Fate Zero, the guy who was controlling Berserker in that, like, he just looked all kinds of fucked up. Like, he had to go through this whole process, and the whole time, he was, like, hurting, I think. She looks just fine and dandy. It's an extra level of creepy, and I love it. The innocence sends a chill down my spine. Dash. No, spine is an understatement. Not just my body, but my mind is frozen as well. That thing is a monster. Which one? Both, probably. It's not Frankenstein, it's Frankenstein's monster. She is the real Frankenstein. I'm not staring at it, but just its presence makes me unable to move. I understand naturally that I will die in the instant I move even a muscle. So, we have this Berserker who's apparently way stronger than he should be because of the Berserk steroids. And we have Saber, who's just apparently the bestest, because swords beat everything, I guess. So, maybe this will be kind of an even match. Saber versus Berserker. Also be kind of fitting. Saber versus Berserker was... The Saber Berserker showdown was a pretty big deal in Fate Zero, too. Feels like a knife is pushed right against my naked chest. Crap, he's totally on a different level. Well, I mean, isn't that to be expected? I mean, Berserker is as Berserker does. But this is the first one we've met. Unlike Saber, Archer, and Lancer, Berserker doesn't have the inherent strength to magic, right? So he's vulnerable to magic attacks. I mean, maybe not especially vulnerable. Maybe he still has natural... He's still a servant, so he's probably strong against magic in general because he's a servant, but not as strong as Saber, Archer, and Lancer. Now would be a good time to use one of your little gem things, maybe, against someone like this. So maybe there's like a weapon triangle thing where Caster might be good against Berserker, but Berserker might be good against Saber, Archer, and Lancer, but Saber, Archer, and Lancer might be good against, I don't know. And then somewhere Rider, Assassin, and, no, it's just Rider and Assassin. Rider and Assassin are crying because they're not good in anything. I do wonder, though, since they did say that Archer, Lancer, and Saber get magic resistance, and Berserker gets Berserker steroids, I wonder if Caster, Rider, and Assassin get anything special. I would assume so, otherwise that's totally unfair. Unlike me, who's paralyzed, Tosaka has the composure to stand ready, which is funny, because she's the one without a servant right now. But it'll come to nothing. Even though I can only see her back, I can sense the despair she's feeling.
あれなんだあなたのサーバントはお休みなんだつまんないな2匹一緒に潰してあげようって思ったのに
Huh? Oh, your servant is taking a rest? That's no fun. I thought I'd kill you both at once. Uh-huh, and there's that cockiness. She believes in herself. She only killed Shiro like that because Shiro decided to decline the Grail War. She really wants to beat Shiro at his best. She probably wants to beat everyone at their best, including Rin. So she doesn't want to fight Rin if Archer's not there. Maybe she'll do it anyways to fight Shiro, but she'd rather fight Rin at her best, which makes sense. Also, kill you both at once. Yep, there's extra cockiness. The girl says unhappily as she looks down at us from the top of the hill. Normally, you'd be happy to see one less servant you have to deal with. It would be an easier kill. But she has super confidence. Although, to be fair, Rin also has a certain level of confidence. So they may butt heads in a similar fashion to an extent. Obviously, Ilya seems a little more unhinged. But Rin also has her own level of unhingedness, just in different ways, I would say. She looks down at us from the top of the hill. We're in an even worse situation now. That girl knows Tosaka's servant is not here. And then... a bow. Nice. The girl bows unsuitably for this situation. I love it. She loves to show the utmost respect in battles, but also kill us brutally and horribly. To her, this is a grand competition, I think. And she's going to usher in her victory that she thinks she is totally going to get. I do think Rin... This might be a bit of a wake-up call for Rin, who's been underestimating everyone that's not herself until now. But I think more than anything... Whereas Rin might only need a bit of a wake-up call, and this will probably serve as that wake-up call, I don't think it's going to be too jarring for her. What's probably more jarring is seeing friends die. Like, seeing Shiro die would probably mess with her. But, Ilya will probably have a huge mental breakdown at the thought of losing. Because she seems so high and mighty. Especially losing to me, though. Losing to anyone, but losing to me especially, will likely drive her crazy. The girl bows unsuitably for this situation.
はじめまして、リン。私はイリア。
Nice to meet you, Rin. I am Ilya. Okay, so you know Rin. That is interesting. That probably means she's been doing a lot of research. I doubt Rin knows much about Ilya. But I'm assuming Ilya knows a lot about Rin. If she knows enough to know her name. My assumption is that she's confident not just because she's good at what she does, but also because she's done a lot of research in that case. Now that she's dropped the Rin name, she's probably been... And she set up the circle for me to summon Saber. I'm assuming. It's still an assumption. I gotta remember that's still an assumption. She set up the circle for me to summon Saber, which implies she's been setting this up for a long time. And so she's probably been scoping out the entire region for a long time. She is likely one of the favored to win this Grail War if she was to take us on all one-on-one, but she's super overconfident, so she's going to try to take on multiple of us at once, which is likely going to lead to her downfall. But, I wonder how many others she knows about if she knows about Rin. I would not mind getting her on my side. Can I save her with my penis? Not yet, probably. Maybe later, though. There's no way we're going to be able to save her this early, but maybe later I could see her converting to the Shiro penis side of the Force.
イリアスフィール・フォン・アインツベルンって言えばわかるでしょ
You should work it out if I make that Iliasville von Eisburn. Oh? Is Rin gonna know that name? Is Eisburn a big deal in the magical community?
アインツベルン
I guess it must be. Tosaka's body moves slightly as she seems to recognize that name. Okay, I guess we have a big deal, a big shot here. And of course, she again, the overconfidence and showing her whole hand, not taking advantage of the element of surprise. She just reveals that she's an Einzver. Instead of trying to hide that she's a super big deal mage, she reveals it. It's like, she knows she's amazing, but she doesn't want the Grail War to be fun. She doesn't want it to be unfun. She wants this to be a fun experience. She doesn't want it to be boring. So, she's trying to put everybody... She's trying to turn what should be an imperfect game into a perfect game, or at least perfect in that everyone else knows. For those who aren't aware, a perfect game and an imperfect game, the idea behind them, the idea is that a perfect game is where everyone has all the information, and therefore who wins comes purely down to who used the information best. An imperfect game is when people do not have all the information. And one of the goals of an imperfect game generally is to try to find out as much information as you can. And so she's essentially giving away that information for free. She essentially thinks she can win even in a playing field where she is playing at an imperfect state and everyone else has a perfect state because she's that confident. Or she's already so good she's figured out everyone else, and so she already is in a perfect state and wants to give information to everyone else to let them also be in a perfect state because she just thinks that much of herself and doesn't want a boring game. So maybe she enjoys this. Maybe she has fun with it. I thought she was more just had a hate boner for Shiro, but more and more it seems like she just enjoys fighting in general, which may be, they may not be unrelated, but Shiro is probably still the root of the matter. Anyways, as the girl smiles happily, and perhaps she liked Tozaka's reaction as the girl smiles happily, and well, that's a happy expression. Then here we go. Go ahead, Berserker. She orders the strange shape behind her as if she's singing. The larger body flies through the air. The thing called Berserker comes flying down the whole distance from atop the hill. Shiro, stay back! You're gonna kick off that raincoat? Raincloak? Saber runs. Her raincoat comes off and my vision is blocked for a second. Oh, shoot! Big clash! Saber runs to Berserker's landing point, and Berserker lands with a huge thud at exactly the same moment. Oh gosh. I turned down the BGM, there's the sound effects a bit, and I think I turned it down a little too far. I'm gonna turn them a bit up. Also, oh, this song. Oh, I don't want to mess with the BGM. It's kind of in a good spot, I think, but I do think I want to turn up the SFX just a little bit. Alright, they land at exactly the same moment. Oh! The air trembles. Saber stops Berserker's greatsword with her invisible sword. No! Saber makes a pained face. Is that pained? Maybe a little bit. There. Oh! Berserker's gigantic sword flashes like a whirlwind. Hey, you're still using a sword. Maybe he could have been a saber and got gypped and got Berserker instead. Oh! Clashing, thundering, a great thunderous roar. The crash of steel that almost tears the air results in defeat for Saber, which she already lost. That was quick. A sliding sound. Even though she blocked Berserker's giant sword, she is driven back along with the sword she used to block it. Still feels a bit low. Just a bit. We're gonna go. Yeah, that's fine. Even though she blocked Berserker's giant sword, she's driven back along with the sword she used to block it. Ah! Garg! Saber's posture collapses. The lead-colored servant chases after her. Ah! Is he lead-colored? I would say gray. Yeah, the gray figure. Just say gray? Lead-colored. I've never heard that term before. I've never heard anyone call something lead-colored. The gray figure swings its giant sword as if it's the only thing it knows how to do. Ah! Saber doesn't have the time to dodge it and blocks it with her sword. It does not matter if Saber's sword is invisible or not. Each of Berserker's attacks is a fatal one that must be blocked with all her might. It's like every attack is a noble phantasm. Therefore, Saber has to stay on the defense. And what's Rin doing all this? Just being a coward? It should just staying back, eating popcorn? For her, the only chance of victory is to find a means of attack in between Berserker's attacks. But, Demo Shikashi, that's only if Berserker leaves an opening. Oh! The Black Rock sword is just like a storm. With such a large body, and with such a large sword, and yet Berserker is moving faster than Saber. Berserker is faster? Oh, that's cheating. You can't put all your stats into weight and still have the speed. Now, I guess they call that, what, a lightning bruiser? The attacks he sends out are just smashing swings with no technique to them. This seems cheating. He's got to have a weakness. Maybe magic. Maybe more than normal. Like, not only does he not resist magic, maybe he's extra weak to it. Have you tried that? Has anyone tried that? Have we tried the magic yet? Or maybe she's just that strong because it's Ilya. Because the servant you summon should be, like, a proper, like, strength that you can summon, right? Or something to that extent. And Ilya is really strong, so she may have just got a really strong berserker. Also, if she knew everything, to be fair, she summoned first. And if she had all the information, if she did all this research, she probably did enough research to actually get a specific servant. I highly doubt she was winging it like Rin. That is one way they're different. Rin is confident, but she's like, she likes to wing things. She likes to improv. Whereas Ilya, I think, likes having all the information. And she ushes in how much she knows more than the others and divulging that information and seeing their reactions and being like, hoo, I will win everything. That kind of thing. That's one way I'd say Rin and Ilya are different. So my guess is that Ilya got a specific servant by getting the bones of them or something related to them and was specifically aiming for this servant, which means this servant is probably extremely powerful. I assume they have to have a weakness to some extent, but they are likely a cut above the rest, even a cut above this saber. Rin's a speed chess master, while Ilya is a grandmaster in chess. I think Ilya could still, you know, do some... I think they're both still decent in the other ones, but yeah. But that's enough. If there is overwhelming power and speed, there is no room for technique. Techniques are something humans invented to compensate for their weaknesses. You don't know how to play chess. Ah! Let's just play checkers or go. Weaknesses are things that Giants doesn't have. Weaknesses are things that Giants don't have? Are you kidding me? First of all, grammar bad. Weaknesses are things that Giants don't have, not doesn't have. Secondly, they say the bigger they are, the harder they fall. I'd assume there's some truth to that. You know? What did you say? I know there's Hayaku, which is fast. I forget the word for run. I remember with my frozen body. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know how to play chess, is what Shiro said. Yeah, sounds like it. I remember with my frozen body. Shiro's just playing checkers, really. Ilya's playing Grandmaster chess. Rin's playing speed chess. Shiro's playing checkers. And he's like, wait, what's a knight do? I just have these pieces that, like, can jump over other pieces. I remember with my frozen body. That thing cannot be defeated. Saber will be killed if we go on like this. If only we had Archer to help out. Hey, Rin, how's that going? How's Archer going? She should run away. I know that he's talking about Berserker, but I disagree. I think that Giants do have weaknesses. After all, that's the tried and true saying. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. So we just have to find what makes them fall. And once they fall, it's going to be a big fall, I would hope. They aren't going to be a cheaty cheater with no weaknesses. The Grail would think that's an unfair fight, right? Need a weakness. We just got to find it. And probably if there's like so few weaknesses, whatever the weakness is, it's probably a quad weakness. It's probably like a water ground type. We just got to find the grass weakness. For a good old Bible story? Oh, is that a Bible story? I don't know. That's just something I've heard. I've never read the Bible, but maybe a friend of mine has. A friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. Should be easy for her to get away if it were just her here. But she also has to protect me and Rin. She should know that already. Yeah, but I mean, she has to protect her master. So get out of there, Shiro! What's Ilya doing in all this? Oh! Ilya is probably just standing back, let's be honest. Like, she could get at them, but she in a way, I think, wants a fair fight and would probably only fight back if they brought the fight to her, even though she could totally wreck them, and that's why she think it would be unfun to totally wreck them. Havel the Rock accept fast for your Dark Souls head. Oh, Dark Souls. I don't know enough about Dark Souls. I only I only know bits and pieces of Dark Souls. I've never actually played it. I've heard it's like, oh, it's the thing that you play and you die a lot, but I've never actually played it myself. Although now there's an anime Dark Souls, so I don't have an excuse, right? I gotta play anime Dark Souls. Maybe. Oh! That's bad. My body is numb, but maybe that's why my mind is so calm. The storm of death that strikes without a pause. Oh, for you Dark Souls heads, I get it. You're saying heads as in people. You're being derogatory and saying, I am not a Dark Souls head. I understood. Okay. You were talking... Okay, I see. Anyways, unable to take all the attacks, Saber retreats. And this time... Oh, the storm of death that strikes without a pause. Oh gosh, I gotta read. Reading. Unable to take all the attacks, Saber retreats. And this time... This time, the final blow that cannot be blocked is swung! Okay, this looks bad. Is Ilya gonna undo all this, or is this just gonna... Are we just gonna get a lot of muggles that are just, you know... Oh, must have been a tornado that ripped through here. Saber's body rises. She manages to defend against Berserker's giant sword, even in a bad posture. But that's only to avoid a fatal wound. She couldn't brace herself to totally block the giant sword, and the impact blows her away. She falls, her body drawing a big arc. Before she falls on her back, Saber turns in midair and lands on her feet. Ooh, how graceful. Okay, you got some big blood, nasty blood. You want some healing magic? Hey, Rin, can you do that? I can't. Hey, Rin, now do you want a partnership? Now do you maybe want to partner up? Or no, do you still want to take on Ilya alone? Ignore your feelings for me and just freaking partner up already. We gotta shack up. She manages to recover. But red blood is running down her chest. That's... How stupid of me. I was forgetting something important. That's right. People bleed when they're hit. What were you forgetting? I don't know how much a servant can fight in one day, but this is already your third battle. Oh, she's still hurt from her internal wounds from her fight with Lancer? Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. On top of that, Saber has the wound in her chest inflicted by Lancer. This is bad. They say third time's the something. What do they say again? Third time's the something. I forget what they say. Fourth time's the charm. Third time's the strike. You're out. So we don't want to get knocked out. That's it. Anyways. Saber moves as if to protect her chest. Boobs! Berserker moves and slashes like a raging wind at that moment. Saber and... receives many attacks on its back. Rin! She's not staying a bystander. She's joining the fight. Oh, shit! I don't know what kind of magic it is, but Berserker's body explodes from Tosaka's spell. Is he weak to magic? Is it that simple? Judging from the magical energy given out, the magic directly hitting Berserker must be an impact close to that of a high-caliber pistol. The charm and grace of landing on your feet like a cat. Oh, Saber is Neko. Oh, shoot. If Saber is Neko, that means she's best girl. Are you trying to trick me, Inuyasha, just because Saber is your best girl? It won't work on me. I know that Inuyasha's a dog and Neko's a cat. You can't trick me. Impact closer to that of a high-caliber pistol. Ah! Beefcake! Even that is meaningless. It doesn't even scratch Berserker's body. His man sex. He isn't nullifying magic like Saber. He's just strong. It's just that the magic is not doing any damage. Oh, darn, he resists wind damage. We just gotta find his weakness. Is it grass? Have you tried grass yet? What are the 5 elements? You said there's 5 elements, right? That was probably one of them. Maybe he's weak to one particular element. Try the lot, Rin. Do you know all of them, or you just know wind? I'd assume, like, you know some fire. Your father was a fire specialist. You gotta know some. What kind of ridiculous body does he have? But Tosaka does not stop casting. But Berserker ignores... You can't say butt twice in a row. That's cheating. But Berserker ignores Tosaka's butt sex and charges at Saber. Saber raises her head in pain. She holds her sword up to still fight. That gets my body to move again. Oh shit, Shiro's gonna do something. Yeah, throw some grass at him. There's... Nigano, run! There's some, like, you know, I think there's some grassy fields, some trees over there. It's just a bit of a distance. Go run and get some grass. Then even if you really found his weakness, Ilya would probably fight back. Run, Saber! I yell with all my might. Hearing that, she faces the enemy she cannot compare to. and does exactly the opposite and charges at him for no reason. There's no end to Berserker's attacks. Well, okay, not no reason. To protect Shiro, of course, because if she runs, Shiro's dead. So Shiro, you should be the one running first. Then again, if I run too far, Ilya might catch me. We're in a tricky position. Saber's body sinks every time she blocks a blow, and she slowly approaches her final moment. But still, where in that small frame does she have all that power? Being sexist and heightist. But also, if she sinks every time and she's already pretty short, uh-oh. Saber doesn't retreat. She blocks the surging waves of giant swords and tries to drive back Berserker with her willpower. To be fair, I'm kind of with Saber on this one. I'm very much a person that doesn't like to run away in RPGs. When I get in a battle, I like to see the battle through. I try to avoid getting in the battles in the first place, but once the battle starts, I'm seeing that battle through. I don't run like a coward. I'm a coward when I'm on the overworld, not when I'm in the battle. What? There's no chance of victory. The way she's holding her ground looks bizarre, as she should know she will be defeated if she keeps fighting. Maybe it sensed something in her posture. I don't speak, but I'll take your word for it, Berserker. That's some kind of weird scream. Is that a feat? What feat is that? What? Let me know. So at my next level, I'll take it in place of taking stat upgrades. The figure, silent up till now, roars. Whoa! A blow impossible to block. Need more water to do this. I'm out of water already. Oh, and the music's done. The blow that even swings through Saber blows her away. The sound of something falling in the distance. Yatta. I mean, wrong yatta. I meant to say, itai. That's ouch. That's painful. Ooh. Very ouch. Fresh blood spills out. Quick, put some grass in the wound. In that pool of blood with a body that should not be able to get back up. She resists. She refuses. Ooh, that looks bad. Her back looks ooh. Is this maybe the time where we bamf? Hey, Saber, maybe you can grab me and, like, you can teleport me away, and I can, like, do a command, and we can, like, teleport together? We can just leave her in here to die, but she doesn't want a partnership anyway, so whatever. She stands up unconsciously. And we can... Oh, wow, the blood in her sword. We can start to see the outline of the sword. Nice. It's as if she's saying I'd be killed if she didn't do so. Oh, man. I mean, is this to protect me, or is this to protect her chances at the Grail? Probably a little both. Yes, this image is an image, Inu Hanyu. This is an image indeed. That makes me realize how foolish my choice was. Which choice? To be part of the Grail War? Oh, it makes you wince? Is that the image that secured you as secured her as best waifu? You love seeing her all bloody like that. It makes her look the hottest. Is that right? I personally prefer it when my waifus make me look bloody, but you seem to like it when your waifus themselves are bloody. I understand. Berserker stops after defeating Saber. Without paying attention to me or Tosaka, it waits for its master's orders at the top of the hill. Okay, so what's the master's order going to be? I see. So, well, to be fair, yeah, berserkers are pretty, it's hard for them to make decisions themselves. They're pretty berserk. I mean, usually it'd be the opposite, though. Usually berserkers would just be berserk, and it would take all of the master's attention just to make them not do certain things. It's like they practically have to use command spells for basic things. But she doesn't have any problems controlling this guy. So that's so fucked up. She either is, like, stupidly super strong, or she has some secret weapon going on in the background. It waits for its master's orders at the top of the hill. And you just give it away. Ironically, that's the image that got you interested in Fate back in 2005. Nice. There's no way you'd be able to beat him. My berserker is the greatest hero of Greece. Greece. I'm not sure if I'm too familiar with Greek lore. So, I don't know. That isn't enough information to tell me who that might be. But, To be fair, I still don't know who the champion of Ireland is. I know Gabe Olg, I know that name from Fire Emblem, but I don't know who used it, so, and Saber has yet to tell me.
ギリシャ最大の英雄ってまさか。
As always, Saber is here to be our know-it-all that's gonna fill in the blanks. Did I say Saber or Rin? Whatever. Same thing. Not same thing. Different waifus. But no, Rin. Can you actually fill in the blank, though, instead of leaving it blank? Greatest hero of Greece, you must mean... So that's CG on Google in high school. Immediately looking to see what this series was. The game wasn't translated. Oh, yeah. Because it says a fan translation. It never received a proper English translation, which is a darn shame.
そうよ。そこにいるのはヘラクレスっていう魔物。
You're just giving it all away. You're even giving away the name. Wow. Lancer's master would be happy. He's a coward who would, Lancer would be happy. Lancer, you know, likes giving away, anyways. Lancer likes doing the proud thing where they each exchange information because he hates keeping secrets, but this is a very different type of thing where you probably know everyone's secrets and are doing this because you think it's too boring if people don't have a fighting chance. Whereas Lancer just hates secrets, I would think, and just wants everyone to be on the same page because that makes things less confusing from Lance, talking about, different perspectives. The one standing there is the devil called Heracles. I know Heracles. That's essentially the name Hercules was based off, but Hercules, I think Hercules is Heracles, but in a different, it's in a different lore, and they call it a different name, but it's still Hercules. But I'll call it Heracles, the appropriate name, Heraclesan! To quote One Piece.
あなたたち程度が刺激できる英雄とは格が違う。最強の怪物なんだから。
He's the worst monster there is, on a different level from the heroes you guys can summon. Hey Rin, since you seem to know, and now you definitely know that this is Heracles, what's the noble phantasm? The girl who calls herself Ilya narrows her eyes cheerfully. Looks mischievously to me, but sure. Those are eyes of joy, about to finish off her enemies. I don't even need to say who the ones getting killed are. Saber will be killed right here. Is this when Archer swoops in? Or Neko-chan swoops in to save the day? What am I gonna do? And of course, Shiro being Shiro, caring more about protecting others, not so much about protecting himself, isn't really worried so much about him being dead. He's worrying more about Saber being dead, where really he should be worried about himself being dead, I think. Like, the whole thing earlier where he said, I don't even need to say who the ones getting killed are. I think the implication is Shiro and Rin. And yet, his first mind goes to Saber. He cares more about Saber, which shows, A, an ignorance of the fact that she's a servant and needs less caring about, in theory. But B, it shows, still more caring of other people than caring of himself, and caring of the women gender, and wanting to protect. He wants to protect. What am I gonna do? Am I gonna fight that monster in her place? Yeah, right, you barely fought Lancer when he wasn't even giving it his all. I'm pretty sure Berserker doesn't know how to not give it his all. I mean, maybe Ilya might toy with you for a bit, but it wouldn't be long. I can't do that. Just approaching that thing without being prepared would stop my heart. Are we gonna be at another bad ending already? Oh, oops. Are we cowards? Are we at another bad ending already? Don't answer that. I shouldn't have to keep saying don't answer that, but I will for a little bit to get it into your guys' heads. Don't answer things. Are we at another bad ending? Are we gonna be cowards? Okay, save. Hoo boy, oh hoo boy, oh hoo. I already tend to save at every choice in games like this, but the game has now instructed me to probably save at choices like this. So, do I run away with Tosaka or save Saber? Well, that's a double-edged sword. Saber is in a pretty bad position right now. If I try to run with Tosaka now, I should have ran earlier if I was going to run. I should have run while she could actually keep him properly distracted, and maybe use my command seal to teleport her away or something. But I waited till she was already on death's door, and now if I try to run, he might just, Ilya might just be like, catch him, kill him, and I might not get a chance. And trying to save Saber, though, with a command seal, maybe? This seems like a waifu choice, but it's more than that. It's a stay and fight versus run away like a coward, but it's also, do I side with Tosaka or do I side with Saber? And I think this is a good beat. This is a good beat to end on. I think I will see you guys next time on Let's Play Fate Stay Night Blind. Still don't have an outro phrase. Next time we decide if we're going to be cowards or not. Next time we decide if we want a waifu Tosaka or waifu Saber. It's more nuanced than that. It's not just a simple choice of Tosaka versus Saber. But I think we will resume this then. And yeah, and we'll pick. And we'll see. And maybe depending on our choice, we'll end up back at the Taiga Dojo. Will we get killed by Ilya again? Fun times? How many waifus do we get killed by? We should do a count of how many times we get killed by each waifu. Whichever waifu kills us the most is best waifu. What? That's not how it works. Stop recording.